we've got some improvements that we're making on the software. So let me show you what those are and kind of walk through. Um, Ben, I know you joined us yesterday. We've been working on a few improvements behind the scenes. So in Discord, we have a channel in there that I'm going to open it and bring it over. A channel in here that you guys can put your ideas in, and then we use those ideas to develop new um, features. So it's called Improvements and Ideas channel. If you have an idea on how to
Order
improve the
submitted.
software, drop it into the Discord here in this channel, and we'll take a look at it and put it on our list, and then code it if it's something that looks like we have a lot of effort and benefit. Someone here, Ron, I believe it was, asked for some time windows. Give us some windows that we wake up the robots and then put them to bed at different
Order
times of the day,
filled.
in the 24-hour day period. So we've coded that. I have that on my computer. This computer here is we call it the R&D machine. It's the machine that we use to put the code on and test out. And I use it on my live account to make sure that everything functions properly. And if we have bugs, then I take the hit, and me and Sergio get back together and try to figure out what it might be to get them solved. So I've got all the new features on this computer here. I can go over
Order
them
filled.
with you, what they are, but that's sort of one. I'll call it a big one that you guys have wanted for a little while. And let me open up the Discord again. I dropped it in the general chat. The new improvements that will be coming out. And again, they're all on this machine. That's
Order
why
filled.
I'm sort of bringing it up right now. But we've locked in the bot and the drone. What we noticed before is
Order
that
submitted.
because the bot has usually smaller stops and targets, it goes out quicker. Maybe if it hits profit target or if it hits its stop loss quicker, it goes out quicker. Well, then there's usually another entry signal
Order
within that
filled.
trade that the drone is still in, because it's wider, so it's still alive longer. Um, so we've now locked them in
Order
so that
filled.
the bot
Order
won't take
filled.
another trade until the drone takes another trade. So really the drone is basically giving the entry to the bot. So they don't
Order
get out of
filled.
sequence anymore. The next one, we've added back the daily profit and loss limit for the drones, so that once they hit their daily profit or loss, whatever's programmed in the settings, they go out. They stop trading for the day. We're seeing way too many big swings. I mean, we're seeing some $3,000 win days, $3,000 lose days, and it's just hard to get a good gauge on performance in those time windows. So we're gonna put some limits on those, and so they go in and out. We've added this maximum time lag filter, and this one might be a good one for some people who have machines or data that's a little slower. This will filter out the trades that were too far behind. So that's a setting that we added into your software. The next one is the AI model size. So when we worked with this development lab, we weren't exactly sure how many trades to use for the AI modeling. And so we were using 10, trying to get it to adjust quicker. But we made that number now flexible, so you can type it in, whatever number you want. So the longer what we've done is we've kind of put a process. Sergio did a program that
Order filled. Order
looked at like
submitted.
100 trades, and it looks like that the numbers for the AI model start to, I'll call it, settle down, where they don't change a lot, is after about 50 trades. So kind of after 50 trades, it really takes away the flexibility. The bot kind of has stops and targets that don't move around a lot. So those are kind of two numbers in my head that 10 allows the bot to move quite a bit, and then 50, it's pretty static for stops and targets. But we made the number flexible. Maybe we want to lower that even lower, maybe 5 trades, and where it's really, really quickly adjusting. So that's now a new flexible feature for you. Then we've, again, I just mentioned this one, added the second and third trading hour times. So I'll show those in a minute. And then probably maybe the favorite one, and hopefully we get to see it to work today, is we've added this profit target window. So if we've got our stop, I'll take our profit target set at 200 ticks for the NQ drones, which we have them set for 200 ticks today. If you have the window set for 10 ticks, that means if it gets to 190 ticks, you're sealed in. So it'll come out of the 10 more ticks, and then take you out of the trade. So the number that we put into this profit target window, it's like a latch. You know, it hits that tick number away from your profit target that you put it at. And then as you come down, if you come down that exact same number, so if you put 20 in, it'll go 20 ticks away from your profit target. It'll latch it in, and then it'll allow it to drift away 20 ticks before it takes you out with your stop loss. So you can kind of use that window, we're thinking, to, you know, maybe you set it at 40 ticks, and now at 40 ticks it clicks in. It can, you know, ride up anywhere, you know, 40 ticks. It can go all the way down to 80 ticks before it takes us out of the trade. So kind of excited to see that one. Really, today's probably my first day to really trade it. You know, we've done quite a few, you know, sim and other things, and I've had it on a, you know, a live account, but haven't really had it take that that position where it didn't make the trade once it got in the window there. So those are kind of the new features that I can kind of show one by one maybe here. Looks like we still got a nice CL trade going on there. So if we go to new strategy, inside here we can kind of hit these items quickly. So the ones that are most, you know, interesting are the you know, the start and end times. To get a second one, you know, you just click the little box there, add a second hour, and then we even have a third one. So if you wanted to put 3 different start and stop times in now for a robot, you can do that. You will be able to do that.
Order filled.
And then, you know, the lag filter, this is the maximum time lag. I've had mine set at 1. I haven't had any issues, but I have heard issues, though. I've heard that, you know, some people have some real lag times that are, you know, seconds. I've heard 5-10 seconds even. So you want to kind of work with this number to what makes sense. I don't know what makes sense right now. I have no idea. So 1 is what I've been using, and it's been working. So we'll keep sharing information about this one until we find out what the right number is, if there is one. And go down here. Right here is the profit target window. So, like I said, how many ever ticks you put in here is your lock for your window. So those are the new features coming. So let's get our bearings again and see what's happening out here. So we've got, let's go see the leaderboard. Again, I've been off and on a few times today. Had to try to figure out my audio for an hour. Thanks again, Brock, for getting me going here. He's good with the computers. So yeah, we've still got this CL trade on over here, and looks like we're running about 202 something. We've got the signal beat The drone is up 405 here on this PC, and then I've got the ES 5-minute signal B. So it looks like ES, NQ, and a CL.
Order submitted.
Kind of doing good for me this morning.
Order filled.
The GC signal B. This drone right here. Let's go ahead and put this one on an account. This one's been making some serious cash. I'll show you the trade performance of that strategy in a little bit. Man, that thing is crushing it. So I like to just double click on account name, and then it kind of rises up to the top. It does alphabetical, so Apex comes in first. These are the evals though. So when you trade a PA, it gets more complicated because then it's the P is down further in the alphabet. So I don't know any trick yet for a PA account to get it to the top. If anybody else does, let me know. But when I'm trading it on a bot, it always it's always down in the middle of the strategies tab. But when you trade an eval, they always filter to the top,
Order
which
submitted.
is nice. Rue, hey, how gold or CL did you trade today? Rue's from India. Man, this guy, he can trade like a Mac Daddy. Okay, I was reading the comment here.
Order filled.
Ben, so your goal's between about 10 and 20 points.
Order filled.
On the NQ. Okay, so that's that's
Order
80,
submitted.
80 ticks. 40 to 80 ticks. Okay, per day. That's I was watching a YouTube video, and another guy who's trading. He has that same goal. And
Order filled.
He's running 20 accounts, and I watched, and he was only making 300-400 a day. And if you can do that for a few days, you can turn these into payday quick. So I haven't set those kind of goals for myself, but it sounds fun. Rue, what's your goal every day? How about Bernard? Everybody put your goal in for the day. I love to hear that. I like to hear different people's ideas on goals and stuff. Because if we get enough people that are always trying to do 10 to 20 points a day, then we can start to build and rally around a strategy that can somehow get us only 80, let's see, 20, 2 times 4 is 80 ticks a day. That seems like a piece of cake. Seems like it, but until you set that as your goal and put a process in place, it's just an idea. But let's set that as a challenge so far. 80 ticks a day. To do the 80 tick challenge.
Order submitted.
I want to put the gold signal B to work here on a Apex account real quick. So,
Order filled.
So to do that, there's a couple of different ways.
Order filled.
I do it
Order
a little different
submitted.
way than you guys will probably
Order
do
filled.
it. We have them all set up for you, so you don't have to do it this way. But for me, I like to keep the data, and so I create a new strategy for you guys. You could just change these strategies that we have. You can change the account in them. Just right-click on them, edit them, scroll down to the account, change it from the sim account to your live account, your Apex account, whatever it might be, and then hit OK. But because I want to keep those all down here collecting data so that we can optimize them and do all that stuff, I create a new one. So I do a new strategy, and I go get the template. So I go to it, grab this, let me move this around. I go down here and I load. Yeah, you guys can see it. So I
Order
load
submitted.
a
Order
template
filled.
here. So I want to load the GC signal B. This thing has been making a ton of money. It passed me quite a few accounts the other day. On Newsday, this thing was ringing like a cash register. It was just ding, ding, ding. Oh, it's already done for the day. Darn it. It's out. What I mean by that is the start time and end time. It ended at 11 o'clock. It went back to sleep. This is a good way to show, this new thing we have though. So let's say you like this window here, 5 to 11, and you want to add a second window, let's say from 2 to 4 this afternoon. You can do that now. But we're not going to put this one to work now. It's not. It's prime time. Looks like we got a good trade here on this drone. And we're in this trade too here. I always like to show these, so I just like to show, because it just kind of proves it in my mind, that when we show a sim number, sim profit, or whatever you want to call it, that you can pretty much closely count on it being, similar to what your live account would do. So let me find these two. So these are running the exact same strategy right here. You can see one is in sim, one is on a, an Apex account. So I've got this. Get my head straight here. So this one's a. We'll open this one with the Apex account. I gotta hurry here. A lot of these trades go quick. So I've got this account here. So. Okay, this one isn't showing out right. It's what number is this one?
Order submitted.
Let me get this one brought up here. This one's the NQ30 range signal A. Having a little bit of a challenge here. I see the, let me look over here. 439. Okay, we're down here with this one. This one's the good trade that's going on the Apex account. Guess I was getting confused over there. So, boom, we're in a nice beauty here on this this CL. We took this entry back here. Get this one over. Took the entry right here. Let's try to open up another CL and show the other entry. So this one's number 439. What we can do to duplicate this is we can go down here, duplicate in new window. So it basically brings open another strategy. And so now I've got two, and now I can open up black gold. And so now this is the sim account over here, and this is the Apex account. And we took this entry over here. It's hard to read. Oh man, let me see. I'll get this entry where we can read it, hopefully. There we go. All right, so we can read the entry here. We can read the entry here. So what I'm just trying to show is that, when you set an account up, whether it be a PA, a live account, or an eval account, that our robots will typically take the trade at about the same tick. Over here, this one's a sim account. We just call it the black gold strategy. And that's what I have running here, the same exact strategy, but this one's on a, an eval account. But what I'm showing right here is that it
Order
entered the
filled.
sim account at 87.46, and it entered the eval account at 87.46. So what we notice, after doing this for a long time now, is that they mostly
Order filled.
will buy at the exact same tick place, the same entry. But man, we've seen on the NQ sometimes where just the other day I was live and it was 2 points off, so it was 8 ticks off. But that's very rare.
Order filled.
We see it, usually exact
Order
on,
submitted.
especially a CL or a GC ES, usually identical always. The NQ that flies, you'll see some bigger differences is where I've seen, the biggest differences. So this one's the CL trade. I'll show that little trick that Rory was showing us the other day. He has a neat trick that he taught me. You can right click on the stop and you can attach it to an indicator. And here the indicators are that I have programmed so far. So
Order
this
submitted.
one is called the modified fast, but it's a 15 range EMA is what it is. So we'll just test out what Rory was teaching us the other day. Okay, I think we got it set up. Hey, Gills, good morning. Higher time frame charts for range versus trend structure to decide on whether to use A or B. I'm not a great trader, so that's why I like to use the robot most of the time. But I typically, so I've got about 6 different screens, and I use
Order
different
filled.
time frames. Like up here, and I like mostly trade the NQ. So I've got I've got the NQ on a 10 range up here that I'm watching.
Order
I've got it
submitted.
on a 40 range up here that I'm watching, and I mostly trade the 30 range. So that's really, when I'm not doing live, I'm trading the NQ 30 range haymaker most of the time, which is signal A. It's the momentum trade. That's what I did before I bought the company. So I used to momentum trade stocks all day, not all day, really from 9:30 to 11. The high flyers, I was just trading them on my phone. So that's what I really love. That's what I love to trade. So that's why I like the haymaker.
Order
That's my
filled.
go-to strategy that I trade. And these crosses that we put on the chart are super helpful for people like me who don't know exactly when momentum is shifting. We now put those crosses on the chart so you can see when momentum shifts.
Order filled.
It's a good thing for me to look at when I'm discretionary trading to see this this cross going down, but then I can look at market structure a little bit here and decide is that really potentially a good
filled.
entry with the way things are now starting to move with the 50 and the 15. So you kind of get a chance to look at it in a different way there. So yeah, today is the B day. Had some nice moves so far. It looks like it caught this. It got a first target right here on this one. It got the entry up here. It entered right up here and rolled on down. Hey, David. Good morning. London session, no. Uh, the good news is we just added a new feature in, though, that we can now add a couple of different time slots. So if London is alive at, let's say, I think it's around 2 in the morning, we can now, add that programming into the robot to wake up at 2 in the morning and then trade for whatever, an hour or half hour, whatever it might be, and then go back to sleep until 9:30 or 8:30 whenever we wake it up again for the next shift. So we do have that in the software now. I'm testing it on this computer. I've got the source code here, and Sergio hooked me up yesterday and then again today. So we now have a couple of different sessions that you can program into the software. We also have a profit window that we put in that's pretty exciting, that Rory was saying he got from some of you guys from YouTube here when he was doing a live broadcast, that you were mentioning that it would be nice to sort of seal in that profit. And so we've developed a parameter now, that profit target window, so you can latch in your profit and not allow it to drift back away on you. The way we have it programmed is it's if you have let's say your profit target set at 200 ticks of profit, you set that window. I have the window on the NQs right now set at 40 ticks. So if it gets 40 ticks away from 200, so once it gets to 160 ticks, it latches in profit, and it can drift back 40 more ticks before it stop
Order
losses
submitted.
out. Or it can, drift up to profit too. But it's kind of like a latch, pretty much a profit latch. So I've got that set up here on. I modified all 30
Order
robots
submitted.
that we've got. I added it to every one of them. So unlike the GC, I just did 10 ticks because our target is 90. But anyway, that's a number that we'll kind of have the flexibility now to mess with. Okay, this CL trade's really working out good for us here. Got this one working here. This one's number 439 right here. So running an eval account here, trying to get it closer to the flip it over to the PA. Got a few PAs here. I'll probably put those on a strategy a little bit later. I like to trade at about 3 o'clock too. That's usually a good window, especially on Friday. So this afternoon will be, for me, a pretty good time to watch the market and see where everybody's scurrying to before they head out for the weekend. It's usually a pretty good time. I've had some really good luck on Friday afternoons. Yeah, David, what I can show is, well, we haven't done it in a while. I should do that again. I used to set them up 24 hours a day, gathering data. I haven't done that in a while, so I really don't even have data on the London opening there with gold. So yeah, I'm probably missing a good chunk of opportunity because gold has been trading great in our session. We have them waking up here on this one at 5 in the morning, and they've been really crushing it. I'll show you one of the trade performance of that. My signal B. Let me get this set up over here.
Order filled.
Yeah, that Signal B drone. I can't believe it. It looks like I'm lying here. This number is real. Um, from the April 1st to the 12th, so through today, I usually hit generate a couple times, and then I always click here to make sure that everything goes away. My computer is a little behind. I usually click there to make sure that it goes back to 0 to make sure I don't have another one accidentally clicked. But then you can slice this thing 100 different ways. But this is the analysis of the trade data. So since the first, it's accumulated $6,211. This is the daily totals. So its biggest drawdown, again at the end of the day, don't get this potentially misrepresented here. And I'll go into this day and we'll see how much potentially went down in that day. This is where it ended the day. All these numbers are where it ended the day at. So even in that $1,500 day that it made, it could have went negative that day. And let's go find out. So it took 10 trades that day, accumulated $1,593 that day. But let's now go to the
Order
trades.
submitted.
And when I go to trades here, we can kind of see. So yeah,
Order
it
submitted.
got lucky right out of the gate, right at 5:23, its first trade that it entered. It made a winner. And what we've got this one, I've got this one at 6-1. So it can take 6 losses in a row before it needs to take one winner to break even. If it imbalances that 6-1, which it did big time right here, look at that. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades, it made 3 full winners. And don't forget that's a 6-1 ratio. So it made $2,700 and lost 600. So it was up $2,000 already. Well, yeah, I mean this does the number right here. So it does the accumulation, over here in this column also.
Order filled.
So
Order
overall
filled.
drawdown, it never, since it's been on running, it's never went negative. Unusual though. No, most strategies go in the hole. So this one though, obviously it's been since the first, been crushing it. So anyway, this is the trade performance. For each day, you can now go here and just say, okay, on the first, let's look at it. It had a great day on the
Order
first. It was
filled.
all, came out
Order
of the gate
filled.
swinging, never went in the hole. Let's say, on the second I decided to trade, it was the first day I turned it on my Apex account. What would have happened? I would have busted it. I would have busted my Apex account on the second day if it was the first day I ran it. Because it took, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It took 5 losers in a row. So it was down 773. My $100,000 accounts, you can only go 625 in the hole. So it would have busted it. If I would have started the second day, it would have busted it. If I would have started the first day, it would have almost made the PA. It would have almost made the PA. In fact, let's look at that. Let's say, you said on the first, I want to
Order
run
submitted.
this strategy. So if you came out of
Order
the gate
submitted.
swinging, you would have been, okay, you would have made it to profit. It would have made a PA right there. So 2,000 is the PA payment when it switches over, when you can flip it over. So you could have kept it on the Signal B and made it to payday there, flipped it over to a PA account. But again, this that's the way this works. When you turn them on, matters big time. But if you had a $50,000 account, it would have stayed alive the entire time. Would have stayed alive. I believe, I don't know all the rules. I think it's $1,500 drawdown. So you would have been alive, and you would have been probably getting paid on this one, I would guess, eventually. Let's look. Okay, so we're still battling up to the 5th. Let's just say you kept it on that account. I'll go out to the 10th now. So I'm still trying to get to the, on this one, you guys are trying to get to 3,500, I believe. Boom, you got it right there. So $50,000 account. I believe if it's $3,500 that you need to make, you would have made it on the 10th. So if you would have set this one up on the first and, or no, I'm sorry, on the second and traded it to the 10th, you'd have got paid. We'll go from the first. You know, let's say I had this Apex account. It's a $50,000 account. I think you have to get to $3,500 in profit. I could be wrong. It could be $2,500, but let's pretend it's $3,500. You would have put it going, and it would have made it to the goal by the 10th. So that's kind of how it works, and this one's been a really super hot strategy. So this one's on this machine. It's the lead dog since the first. Oh wow, we're really cruising on this sucker. $1,000 trade right here. Woo-wee, let's go, $1,000 trade. All right, didn't see this one coming. CL's kind of sneaky over here. Okay, out there, what you guys trading? Tell me if you got anything making any money today. Here we're trying to move some Apex accounts. Look at this thing go! Holy moly! 1,300 bucks! Oh my goodness! Might make payday on this thing. Wow! Look at this one go!
Order submitted. Order
It's the
filled.
black gold strategy.
Order filled.
Took this entry way back here. Took a couple of hits though. It was trying to get there. Finally the bottom fell out and it caught it. It caught it good. Big run up in oil. And now a little bit of a free fall. Should probably close this trade at $1,000 and not let it just drift away
Order
on
filled.
us. Whew. That was a beauty. All right. Let's go CL. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. Great job. Yeah, I noticed
Order
that.
submitted.
T-Day K-Town.
Order submitted.
Yeah, I saw that. So look what I bonehead up yesterday must be. I didn't have it set in here. I went through all these yesterday. I must have made a mistake. This one should be set at 90. Trail, yeah, this was all wrong. I had it, it's wrong. Should be trailing, no trail. Ah, that's what it was. Huh. I gotta open the spreadsheet. This is what I always have to do when I see these. Gotta open the spreadsheet, even though I make the spreadsheet. That's the way life is. I need a spreadsheet. Okay. Again, I have to do this too, just like everybody else. There's so many, I don't know them. So I made a mistake again yesterday, and again, this is the R&D machine, so I had to reset all these up yesterday, and I put these profit target windows in, And I must have switched that around a little bit. So I got to go back to the black gold and check my settings, especially down here. 15, 90, no trail, 25, 10, and now 10. So there will be, I gotta redo the spreadsheet too. But yeah, good catch there. I guess so now I go to, let me move this. Now for me, this one's the account. This one's my Apex. Hit OK. So that one's up and
Order
live
filled.
in the right place. This one I need to close.
Order submitted.
What a trade, though. Holy moly.
Order filled. Order filled.
Positions. I'll close that one out.
Order filled.
Wow, I'm glad I was trading that one. Darn. All these numbers matter a lot. So here's what I go to template, save, black gold. I had to save them all over yesterday because every time we make a change and we create new stuff in
Order
that background.
Order submitted. Order filled.
You have to save the strategy template again. So I save them on this machine, then Sergio grabs them off here and then puts them in the package for you. So glad we caught that. Okay. Whew. Get our footing back here again. Get those back up and rolling. Oh man, a little trick there. What we noticed is when you make an adjustment, the instrument might just reset to the last instrument that you were working with in the background. So I just noticed that as I brought it in, the instrument was not the CL, so I had to get that straightened out now. Whew. And it's not the 15 range. Wow.
Order filled.
Okay, screwing up here. I have one running here on the RTY, but looked like it was showing the other instrument here. So I always got to check these. This is something that when you put them on Apex accounts,
Order submitted.
If you open them from a template here, they tend to open with the last instrument that you had. So make sure my black gold is a CL, my cash cow is the RTY, and then obviously this is the NQ. Okay. And that one's dead, I think. Yeah. Okay. Whew. TDK, thank you. Good call out right there. Looks like the signal B's in here again. This one might have drifted back. It's at 250. I'll remove them when that one got busted. Looks like we popped back in on the black gold strategy here. I guess we're going trying to get some recovery out of this one. Try to go back up. I had a nice run up too earlier, so maybe it'll get some of this back here. That's an awesome emoji. I like that one. Okay, let's kind of get our footing here again. Wanted to, you know what? It's getting to be time. I really slipped up this morning and got got started way too late. Way too late. But I like to trade the afternoon, so I'm starting to get my bearings for the afternoon here. Let's take a look at the markets and see where I'm heading. NQ looking at 18.3. Looks like it's spot that it's headed towards. It pushed up pretty good last night. Wow. Yeah, it hit 18.5 last night. Big buys yesterday too. I guess Nvidia was flying, so that might be pushing it. Looks like the drone's a good one to be playing this afternoon. Signal B. These are some nice long moves.
Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Let me get a little trade performance, and we'll do a little recap here of how the week went so far. Again, every machine's a little different, so there'll be a little bit of differences, I'm sure.
Order filled.
I usually take a look at them and then write down the top 5. So that's what I'll kind of do real quick, is try to write the top 5, and then we'll show them. So yeah, I'm just going through the strategies over here, and I'll bring it over in a minute. Just try to get to the top 5 or so.
Order filled. Order submitted.
I like to do a double check on my other PC too, to make sure that I'm not off base at all.
Order filled.
Okay, think I got the top 5 here, at least some that really did well for us this week. So, and you guys can do this too. I'll show you how to do trade performance. It's really one of the best tools about this Ninja Trader platform that we have to work with. So let's kind of do a little recap of how to kind of look at your trade performance, and it's really best to do it on your own machine because again there are some differences when it takes trades and so forth and so on. So I'd say lag time, other things like that that may affect trades or whatever. So to go into trade performance, you left click into new right here, then left click on this trade performance window. It then brings up the dashboard here of the trade performance, and here you can select this. This is kind of a little bit of a trick here. This little funnel looking icon here, filter. Click that little guy, and then it brings out the opportunity to go into all your different strategies to look at them. Just in my few minutes that I was just kind of peeking through here, it looks like for me on this machine, we tend to make sure we lock in the dates here and then hit generate. Yeah, today's the 12th. So through the 8th through the 12th, over here it looks like my signal BGC, like I was showing earlier, really made a heck of a run this week. Here, and then I usually go to analysis. I like to see what they do per day. So it's up at $3,712. So that's the number one for me on this machine. So if I would have started that on Monday, and I put it on my Apex PA account, I would have been up $3,712, plus or minus. Again, the live accounts take almost the exact same trades. They don't necessarily take the exact same trades, but they take somewhat similar. So that's my number one. Number two is my ES 5-minute Signal B drone. So this one right here is at 1,874 for the week. And if I kind of look at the analysis, it's kind of right here. So this is one that and I did have it. I had to reset the computer today, but it should have stopped at $500 again today. So we have it stopping at 500, win or lose. Again, when you sort of restart a computer and disable and enable the strategy,
Order
again
filled.
it resets the limits for the day. So it made 2 winners today. It made 2 profit targets today, but it typically, so it should have really been 500 less here. So I guess it would have been 1,300 on your machines probably. So maybe it wouldn't be number 2 for you. Then for me, number 3 is the NQ. So here's one that will. This one's very similar to the Haymaker. NQ it's really the haymaker strategy. It's at $1,800 for the week. So this one's a version of the NQ, and I'll make this adjustment this week. This one, did better than the haymaker, so making that small adjustment that I have in this one probably be beneficial. So we'll make that adjustment. The next one is ES 5-minute signal B bot. So that one came in at 1,462 for the week. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's the top strategies, and then I've got this one down here. This one's the PA account that I did pretty good with this week. So on this one, let me look at per day. I haven't looked at it like this yet. Okay, so I've had a good run on this account this week. First day I made $1,500. Second day I made $920. Third day made $440, and then yesterday made $1,100. So had a really good run on this PA account this week. And then I wonder how far I started trading this one. I did 111 trades. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Made $400 on it. So it looks like I'm up at seven grand on it so far. All right. So what's going on out here? We kind of go around the horn of the winners today here on my computer, and we'll shut her down for the day. We've got a nice webinar that Rory's going to give later today. If you have time, at 1 o'clock, he'll show the system a little bit better than I did today, and show some of the results for probably the month, and more of the depth of the auto trader and its capabilities. So if you have time, jump on that webinar at 1 o'clock. Really appreciate you guys being patient with me today and hanging in there after the little audio slip up. And Brock, thanks again for getting me going. Everybody have a great weekend, and